Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. So let me adjust something. Okay. So, okay. So, welcome back, everyone. Today is our day 56 of my 60 days life challenge. My name is Nasha. Welcome to TeaTalk with Nas. So, for the past 56 days, I've been doing this challenge, right, to be on live every single day. And I am very, very grateful for having this opportunity. And I'm very, very grateful for you allowing me for having this space to be able to, yeah, to share with you my experience, for me to really work on my speaking, and for me to be able to share everything that I want to share with you. And for the past 56 days, I have learned so much and have had so much breakthrough, even more than the past 5 years. And I'm just really, really grateful. And yeah, so we are in the countdown. Today is the final 4 days, I think. And I was going to talk about a different topic, but I think today there's one thing that is very important, and I think it's pretty relevant to many of us, or definitely to many of my friends. And I really want to cover this because I think it is very important for us to stay relevant. It is very important for us to really to see what's happening outside of our little world, to see what's happening globally, and then to understand if there's any impact will be on us, and then if that's going to affect my own journey. So today I want to talk about about this news that's happening actually right now, that's still being updated every second right now, which is about the South Korean. Okay, so what happened is this afternoon I got a message from my team saying the world is going to be chaotic again. South Korea just declared martial law time. Okay, martial time. So I was like, what? What's happening? And then it's not only me. After that, when I was checking on the news about what's happening, I even heard the news readers were having the same feeling as me. The first thing we thought is, what happened? Like, the North Korea finally declared war with South Korea again. Like, are they attacking South Korea, or what's happening, right? And then just let me listen. I need to. Okay, I think it's better without background. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah. So what's happening is actually, no, it's not about North Korea. It's kind of a little bit relevant, but it is actually not direct. It is not affected directly by the North Korea. So a late night martial law declaration by President Yoon, the South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol. I hope I pronounced his name all right. So President Yoon, okay, followed by an extraordinary political and public response. So I'm going to cover with you what happened and why it matters and what it means for South Korea and to all of us around the world. Okay, just like what happened in Russia and Ukraine, it really affects us. We can feel like the oil price, the energy price, and everything is affected. Are you going to say, oh, how come? But it does, because Russia and Ukraine, they are actually quite big country, big economically a big unit, right? So everything happened within them and between them that will affect the economic globally. Well, the same thing as we all know, right? What's produced by the South Korea? The cars, Hyundai, Kia, the phone, the television, Samsung, right? And the footballers, right? Song Min, the Tottenham star, the the pop culture, right? Everyone knew about the Gangnam Style, the Korean drama, their movie was very good, right? So how can we not affected by South Korea? And also not to mention actually manufacture-wise, they also produce semiconductors, right? That Taiwan is not the only place produce semiconductors, so is South Korea as well. So what's really happened? So what really happened? What happened in South Korea that the president feel the need to declare the martial law? And what is a martial law? It may not be, I'm not sure if it's familiar for Western country. I know. So I'm going to share with you about this as well. So first of all, what happened was just tonight, actually, just today. For South Korea, it's last night already, but for us, it's actually just for the UK time is in our afternoon. For Korea, it's actually late. It's not in the morning, it's not in lunchtime, it's not in the afternoon time. It's late, around 10 or 11 p.m. their time, or even later. Okay, so that's very late. Suddenly, the President Yoon, he just decided that he want to declare martial law. Okay, without informing any of the parliament, without informing anyone, he just suddenly have this medium, the press release, and then just say, we are now going into the martial time at around midnight. Okay, so I've been following the news, and they say according to BBC actually, his own team, his own party, there's also very few people knew that he was going to do that. His own cabinet didn't know anything about this. So it is very controversial. Like, why do you suddenly announce this martial law? Like, why do you suddenly plunge the country into political crisis? It's not only political crisis, it is a big crisis to everyone. Martial law will grant the military extraordinary powers. They will take over the policing, they will take over everything. They're going to overriding the civil rights, and actually it is only be used reserved for times of war or really extreme emergency. That's the only time when you need a military people to come out and to walk on the street, and then like you will have like curfew. You are like, okay, everyone need to be indoor by 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., whatever time that they say, when it was a proper martial time. It's not my time, but that's what I heard. I think in Taiwan, they had one martial time, I think about 60 years ago, 70 years ago. And then when I had a martial time, it was like you basically need to be home by 7 or 8 p.m. and then not going out until the set time. And then if you're just walking around on the street at night on the time that they didn't allow, you will be put in the jail. A little bit like COVID, but a lot more serious because basically it's military, and then you will not, like, people during that time, there's no so-called human right, and that's why it is a very extreme time, very extreme movement, a very extreme political decision and movement. Because basically you give the government the power to do anything they want, because it was for war, right? For war, if there's a war, you need to be careful in case there's a spy, in case there's any terrorist or anything. You don't have police, you don't have investigation, you don't need a warrant to search people's house. You can just barge in because the military, they will say the safety of, well, homeland safety. Homeland safety is the most important thing above anything. So any country, especially democratic country, They will use this very, very carefully. They will not use it if they don't need to. But only in, well, like when Ukraine was really bombarded by Russia, that's when you announce a martial time. Everyone need to heat on the ground and then, only allowed to walk around. So it's safer. So the President Yong just announced it. And announced it in a time that most people will be asleep already, in a time that people are ready to sleep and then to prepare for the next day. And not even many people will be watching television at that time. Well, actually, it's not true. Like 11 o'clock actually is the time for people to be out and about. And actually, that's the reason about what's going to happen, because maybe the president at the time, you will think, oh, it's around 11 p.m. People will not react that much because people might be in bed. They might not even know. But he was wrong. We Asian people, we are night hours. We come home around, what, 6, 7, 8. We have our dinner, we have our shower, and then maybe we spend some time with our kids, our family, and then wash dishes, and then finally we'll have time around 10, 11. That's our own, when we will have our own time to relax, like the time that we don't need to worry about anyone else. That's the time you watch news. That's the time you maybe go out for some snacks, especially if you live in the city. So 11 o'clock, actually, most people, especially younger generation between 20 and 40, 50, will be awake. Okay, so he did at that time, but that's not a very good time for most people. Right, so immediately after he announced it, it's been broadcasted everywhere. Of course, it need to be broadcasted everywhere because you're telling the people you're not allowed to be out and about right now. The military is going to take over the street. Okay, so like it hasn't happened in South Korea for a long time, for a very long time. Like North Korea haven't really, have this war. I don't think they are on the ceasefire time right now, but they just haven't attacked each other yet. So South Korea, they haven't been, at least for the 20 years, 30 years, since I'm aware of. So that's over 30 years. Just giving you my age. So way over 30 years, they didn't have any of things like this. They didn't need to feel that they are in any emergency situation. And the president just announced it. And why did he announce it? Right? Why did he announce it? Because according to what I have researched, okay, the reason he announced the martial time is because the opposition party they are the majority for the parliament. And then the president feeling it is very difficult for them to have an operational government. Everything they want to push through, the opposition will block it from any angle, right? So as a president, or I don't know if he is as a president or as their party. That part I'm not sure because I only heard that many of his aides doesn't even know about this announcement. But he made a decision, or at least he's the person that we see that make the decision to declare martial time because the parliament doesn't allow they pass some of the law so they can continue to work government as they want to. Actually, they label the opposition as pro-North Korea. Okay, they label their opposition as pro-North Korea, and they believe, or that's what he said, what he said is basically by blocking the government's operation, they are helping the North Korea to influence the South Korea's democracy. So on behalf of defending the democracy, I'm going to announce this martial time, and then to tell everyone in the world that the opposition, they're actually working with North Korea and trying to sneakily work their way through to influence South Korea's politics and South Koreans' life. And he feel he have the responsibility to protect the people. That's what he said. Okay. For now, because this is what he said from his statement. Basically, that's the summary. That's the reason of this martial time. There's no war, no one's attacking anyone. The only thing is that he believed, or they believe, that the opposition, they're working for the North Korea. Their opposition party, they're working for the North Korea. So they believe their country is in danger to be falling to this communist party. So that's why the martial time is very important. Is it? Do you think that is the right cause to declare this martial time? Do you think that's the right cause? And I don't even know, like, because technically speaking, no one is in any immediate danger. Technically speaking, there is no one is talking about, oh, the North Korea is going to attack South Korea. Okay. And also that he announced it in the nearly midnight that they thought many people will be dead already. So after he announced it, what happened? Everyone heard the announcement, right? I don't know if they even received a text message, like this broadcast through the phone, text message about the martial time. Okay, so actually, a lot of people went on streets straight away and go marching towards parliament, or I don't know if there's other major landmark in the South Korea. Anyway, from the news, you can see just people on the street protesting, just wanting to understand what is happening right now, and why did he want to announce this martial time? Because actually it is very dangerous. You are giving all the power to the military, to yourself. The president will have the full right to attack his own people if they claim this person or this group will be in danger to the society. Okay. So immediately, the opposition party, South Korea's National Assembly, defied the president by convening in middle of the night to vote against martial law. Okay. Let me see. Yes. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm a little bit distracted. I don't see any comments. So if you're in the room, but I actually don't see you, So I don't know what's happening, but yeah, just to let you know, okay? I don't believe there's no one in this room. I think it's just technical issue. Okay, so just to let you know, I don't see any of you. It doesn't matter where, which platform. So especially on TeaTalk, I don't see you. Hello, Crow Positive. Thank you so much for coming back. So yeah, today we are talking about what's happening earlier today. South Korean's president just announced martial law, and everyone immediately, the first instant is the South Korea, Kim Jong-un finally attacked South Korea. It's not. Okay, the president just announced it because he doesn't like how the opposition party been working against them. So immediately the opposition party called the National Assembly defined the president by convening in the middle of the night to vote against martial law. So actually, the police was on the street, the military was on the street. They put all the barricades around the parliament. Okay, so initially, actually, all of these lawmakers, okay, they were actually blocked outside of the fence. They were actually stopped from entering to the parliament. But in the end, they found a way through, and then I think they were also allowed in, because I don't think if the military really want to stop you, and you can still go through. So basically, they climb through the fences. Okay, most people, some people, they need to do it in the first. Okay, so and that's what we do in in the Far East Asia. If we need to, we will climb through all these fences, the barricades, and breaking things so we can go into this parliament building and really demonstrating their commitment to uphold the democratic principle. So the National Assembly, the opposition party, right, they actually overwhelmingly passed a motion and to say that the president shouldn't declare the martial time. It is not the time. So they actually blocked the president's order. But there's one thing. When the president talk about tell the military this is martial time, the military only listen to the president. Even if there's a Supreme Court, if the Parliament pass it's illegal, the military initially actually get back to everyone saying they will not do anything until the president give them the order to undeclare the martial time, to announce that it is stopped. Okay, so there are actually it was a standoff for some hours, for some good hours. But I got the news from, I think, 4 p.m. in the afternoon UK time. And then just now I checked. So that's what, around five hours. So only just now the president actually finally decided to give in and then to withdraw. But before that, what's happened is all the citizens, like I just shared with you, he thought in the middle of the night, 11 p.m. or 12 midnight, no one will be watching the news. He is wrong. He thought no one will be bothered going on the street. So he announced this news midnight. No, people walk out on the streets. They don't care when you say it's a martial time, when you declare a martial time inappropriately. Okay, citizens, not only the lawmakers, we see hundreds of thousands of people actually walking on the street. They actually took over the street and demand the martial law to be lifted, especially students. Okay, especially those students from universities. Okay, they're very outspoken, just like the walk in the UK, right? The students are very outspoken. They don't care, like it is their future, right? They need to make sure their country is running as how the people want, because that is the democracy. right? It is very scary to have a president decide that he can just announce a martial time when there is no war, right? They say they never expect this in a 21st century South Korea. They really fear that the potential restrictions on freedoms drawing parallels to authoritarian regime. Like it is not right. Like how can he just do it? Right? So immediately globally, like all eyes on South Korea immediately. BBC, CNN, all the major media, they're covering the footage, they're asking the local people immediately on YouTube. A lot of people from who lives in Korea right now, doing the live broadcasting, sharing what's happening. And the international community that we have expressed like really grave concern over this event. Actually, the United States also emphasized its ironclad alliance with South Korea and called for peaceful resolution. The UK also urges citizens in South Korea to stay informed and avoid political demonstrations. You know, it's basically like, oh, because they have nightlife in South Korea as well. And in the city, like, it's like, how do we call it? Like, it's just the time for people to go out, like having snacks, going clubbing, and then the street still actually quite lit up, 11 p.m. midnight. So you're saying, oh, the people maybe just walking on tourists maybe just walking on the street on the night market, and then suddenly it's this martial time. Like what is happening? You know? So 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 everyone just wants it to be how do you say that? Everyone just want it to be done in an appropriate way, and then they can find a peaceful resolution because there's no other party involved. At least on the face, you don't see North Korea doing anything. Okay, then well, there's not only North Korea. I think Russia is fighting their war with Ukraine, and then China, they don't normally get involved into this other countries' political matters. So it's actually just something they need to sort it internally. So why am I talking about this? Why does this matter? So this crisis actually does highlight the tension between the President Moon and the democratic institution of South Korea. Many people think it is a very pivotal moment in defending democracy in the country. And globally, right, just mentioned K-pop, the movies, the cars, the phones, Samsung, the footballers, globally, right? South Korea, they have a very big impact. They have so many South Koreans around the world as well. They also have major expat communities affecting so many countries, right? I personally, immediately when I heard about this, I was worried about my friends. I have actually several very, very good friends. They are in South Korea. They're from South Korean or work in there. Like, you would be worried. You'd be like, well, I can't imagine if you have family members in South Korea now, right? And it is not from a place that no, it is from a place we saw quite peaceful. We thought it's very democratic, right? And then it's happening and just out of blue, like everyone just like in shock. And I heard I was watching this BBC news, and then at that time, this professor, he mentioned that he didn't think it's going to last long. I don't know if you guys remember about what happened in Thailand a few years ago. You know, the yellow shirts and then the red shirts. At that time, they have proper martial time. It was proper crazy, proper dangerous. And it is different this time because the professor, he was saying, because this president, he doesn't have any military background. He doesn't have connection, at least on the face, okay, from what I heard, is he doesn't have any connection with the military. He doesn't have any background in the military. So because he's not that tightly connected with military, it's actually less likely he can really tell the military to do whatever he wants them to do. They don't have that close knot. Okay. So the professor said he believes it's going to be resolved very soon. And it does. Okay, so before the dawn, what time is it in South Korea? I think it's around 8 hours difference, around 5 a.m. So the parliament, they vote, all the lawmakers basically, most of them they just went into the parliament, they climbed the fence, they crawled, they fight, and then they went into the parliament. The military in the end allowed them in. And then they voted. They voted very soon. When I was checking it, it was like, I think 1 hour, within 1 hour after the president announced this, they have managed to vote that this is illegal, and then the martial law need to be lifted immediately. So the president decided later, I think just a couple of hours earlier, he would lift the martial law once a cabinet quorum is met. So in the end, as of now, the martial law troops have reportedly withdrawn. They have retreated, okay? And then the celebrations have erupted outside the National Assembly. So the military has stated that they will, how do I say it? The military, they didn't really do anything until the president formally rescinded that, formally informed them the martial law is lifted. Okay. So that is what's happening right now. And then just let me quickly check if there's any recent news like in the past 2 hours. Okay, because it is really live incident. Okay, so so basically, let's see. So at UK time, 2 hours before now, the President Yun, he actually announced he will lift the martial law. Let me see, is it lifted? Okay, so as of now, we can confirm the military have disbanded. Okay, and then the martial law is declared and lifted in 6 hours. I think it's the shortest martial law around the world. I will double check a bit later. So that's what happened. And then what is going to happen from now, we need to continue to see. Of course, I heard a lot of different analysts, like BBC, CNN, they were saying it's kind of like political gamble, just like Brexit. It's a political gamble, and they'll end not so well. Okay. And why do they even want to do that? That we don't know. Maybe they want to really to find a way to have the government operate again, because they, like I said, the opposition, they have been trying every way to block the president's their party's motions. Okay. So why do we even talk about this? Right? Why do I even talk about this? I really want to share with you because I really want to say personal growing, awakening journey. It is not something just for us. Yes, it is only for us. The path is for us only. But at the same time, we can't just look in on our own path. We can't just focus in on ourselves. We still need to look up, and we still need to see the world. What's happening right now? Otherwise, we will encourage everyone just to be a monk, right? Just, shave your hair and then go into the temple or become a nun or priest. Then you don't need to worry about anything else. But it is not the way we are practicing now is we're practicing in our life. And what is our life? It's not just about work. Actually, everything that's happened globally will affect our work. Maybe directly or indirectly. Okay. Everything happen around the world will affect the bills, the prices of everything. You feel milk is a lot more expensive. Everything is a lot more expensive. You simply can't live with the same wage as 2 years ago. And people are still talking about, oh, 30 years ago, my parents can buy a house with one person's wage. And now I can't even afford the rent. Right? We can't even afford to live in a proper space with one person's rent, wage. So everything happening. Of course, it will affect us. Not to mention that, or if you have friends or family are in this country that's affected. You may think it is so heavy about personal growth, that it is so not happy. Yes, of course, it is not a light-hearted topic, but it is very important because we need to know the context of our journey. Okay, why? For a few reasons. So first of all, it's an interconnection. Okay, we live in an interconnected world. So what happens in one corner of the globe will affect us all, whether directly or indirectly. Okay, so actually it is very important to stay informed about global events. That will help us to understand the complexities of our world and will help us to foster our empathy and really to inspire us to be a responsible citizens on this earth. We can't really think, worry about ourselves because that's not why we are here for. Ultimately, we are saying, why do we need to continue to grow? Why do we need to have love? Yes, it's all about us. And why is it all about us? Because only when we are more capable, when we have more love, only when we have more knowledge, and then we are able to help people. So the ultimate goal actually is not about me. The ultimate goal is actually about others, people around me, people who love me and I love. It's just that the priority is I need to look after myself first before I'm able to do that to other people. So when you're looking after yourself, you're not being selfish. You're actually speeding up the process of being able to being capable to have the responsibility. When you're in a higher position, then you can make it, then you have more power to change things around you. Right? Right? So if every one of us is on the awakening journey, imagine if the person in power is on their awakening journey. If they also understand what we understand, if they also knew what we knew, if they also see our mission as their missions, those presidents, those lawmakers, then we don't need to worry about corruptions. We don't need to worry about any wrongdoings. We don't need to worry about issues because then when more people are responsible and respecting other people, then why do we worry? Just like we feel very safe in this community. In the community we found, we know there's no bad person. Well, most of the people we share a like-minded mission, who share the same vision, right? So of course we need to understand what's happening around the world. So we know, yes, there is still wars out there happening every single day. There are people that worried about. I have a couple of, they're such lovely couple. I knew this couple, they are also practitioner with my practice. They don't speak Chinese, actually. They don't speak Chinese at all. They just heard about my master through their friend when they study in the UK. They're from Ukraine. So they decided they loved the idea. They loved what my master shared, my sister shared. So they flew all the way to Taiwan and then to learn what it is all about, to learn the meaning of life. And they didn't understand Chinese at all. But they got it. They received energy, they received the message. Now they were studying postgraduate in the UK, and then now they're in Scotland. They were from Ukraine. When the war happened, my heart just imagine if it's happened to your own country. When you study abroad and it happened to your own country. Yes, most of us, we are very lucky. We live in a peaceful, real, yeah, peaceful, more peaceful community, more peaceful space. So we are allowed to be here and to talk nonsense, to sing however you want to sing, and then to just doing TeaTalk live and whatever. And people can we have the luxury just scroll like not like sweep left and right, up and down. But if we really see the world, we will know there's not much time for us. What can I do? What can I do to help my friends? What can I do to help people? Oh, donation. I actually don't donate. Even more after I start my awakening journey, I don't do donation at all. One, unless I have like the pennies that I put in the charity box. But I don't really do donations because you know how much money they need to run a charity that you can't even imagine how much money they claim as their expenses before the charity do the charity work. I don't know. Well, I knew. So what can I do to help people? Standing here and share with you what I know. That's what I think that is the fastest way that I can do. We can grow together. Every one of us, we say, what's the distance between two people? It's only 6 people, right? And I heard another theory about 5 years ago. The distance is shorter because of social media. Less than 6 people. I can't remember how many people. If you knew, please let me know. Okay. But less than 6 people now between me and president. Between you and Barack Obama, less than 6 people. Between you and Donald Trump is also less than 6 people. Between you and Elon Musk, it might be also less than 6 people. So what can we do? We need to see what's happening in the world. And then we'll know. Hopefully we'll be more motivated. We'll be really able to find the reason to commit to this mission. And why do we need to talk about this? Because political crises, like personal challenges, can also test our resilience and adaptabilities. By witnessing how other people navigate uncertainty and adversity, we can learn valuable lessons and re-strengthen our own capacity to cope with challenges in our lives. So that's what I'm familiar with. It's same in Taiwan. If we knew something's not really right, something actually extremely wrong happening in the government, in the parliament, we will walk on the street peacefully. I don't know if you know, but in Taiwan, there have been so many million people protesting, and it's actual million people protesting across the whole island without violence, with very little. And most of the time, what people want is we want the message to be conveyed. We just need the government. We need the people who are in power, who are in charge, to understand what we want and to understand what they did wrong. And then we can meet in the middle ground, maybe. That happened so many times. And it will continue to happen if the lawmakers didn't develop. Right? But imagine again, right? Imagine if there are some lawmakers, even if the president, if the prime ministers, if the cabinet, the people of the cabinet, the people who are in charge of these political parties, if they are also on the awakening journey, if they're also talking about love, peace, compassion, then there's nothing for us to need to worry about. Right? When we are talking about, we don't need to worry about money. When we're talking about win-win situation, to find a way where everyone wins, to talk about exclusivity. There's no such thing as pronoun. We don't need to worry about pronoun anymore. We don't need to worry about if who you like, who individual like, how individual decide to live their life. We don't need to worry about that. The world will be such a beautiful place, isn't it? Our personal growth journey, our awakening journey, our empowerment journey are not just about self-improvement. It's also about aligning our actions with our values. If we believe in the freedom of speech, if we believe that farmers shouldn't be taxed in that way, if we believe there's a better way to resolve the prison problem, then we should speak up. That we should find a way to align our actions with our values. It is not about you're right and I'm wrong. Again, there's no right and wrong. It is about how we do things. It's about if we handle things in a wise way. When we see injustice or threats to freedom, is it important to speak up? Or should we just think, I don't care anyway. I will just stay in my own room. Why do I care? I just pretend it's not happening. After 5 years, the labor will be gone. So I just, are you sure? That is one thing that I don't understand about UK. At the same time, you feel everyone's very outspoken, but at the same time, you don't see the action. You don't see you don't see anything is being changed in any way. You don't see the fights. You don't see the sparks in people. So I don't even know why I'm upset about this. It's not even it's not even my country. But I love England. I love the United Kingdom. So that's why it matters. We're talking about politics. It is why people shouldn't talk about politics. People should speak about politics. Because politics is about public matters. Why people cannot talk about politics? It is a freedom, is we have the freedom to speech, not attacking anyone, but talking about the policies. What can we discuss about policy? Are we real? Hello, Sherry. Yes, I'm all about politics today. Now, why does it matter? Why am I talking about this on Phoenix Rising? Because it really just shows what matters to us. Do we really care about benefit all sentient beings? Do we really care about benefit a better world? Or just, oh, I just need myself to be abundant. I just need myself to have money. I just need myself to be happy. I just need my people around me to be happy. And that's enough. Is it? Is that so? Even in the face of challenging global events, it is very important for us to hold on to hope and find inspirations in the resilience of the human spirit. And that's why I want to talk about the event today. The people from South Korea, they are really demonstrating the incredible courage and determination in defending their democracy. And we don't see any violence, do we? Yes, we see people shouting. There is sunlight in the UK, all right. Sunshine. There is sunshine in the UK. But sometimes people become so political correct that they don't even want to talk about political issues. And that's why I'm talking about this today. We should be inspired. We should be understanding. I'm not talking about fighting. We don't need to fight. But we should show our beliefs we should show demonstration, the demonstrating our determination in protecting the world that we want to live in. Okay. I think it's also to, how do I say it? I think politically, communist or democracy is they are not correct anymore in the world nowadays. The whole world is one ecosystem. The whole world, everyone will affecting how the world evolving. But we should just really show, come together and to show what is your belief, what is your vision, what kind of a world that you want to live in, and how can we inspire other people to do the same? South Korean, Taiwan, they have all shown that they can do protests with thousands, even tens of thousands, millions of people on the street with little violence. And then to really find a way to communicate with the government, to show the resilience of people. And I think that's the society that we want to live in, that we can really speak up freely. And at the same time, because we all know, like, what's the word? The quality of the people, because the quality of the people is high. So we can go on the street to share our voice without fearing for violence. Because we are all the same, we want the same thing. We want a better world. We want a better, peaceful, harmonious world that we can do anything freely with respect. So if this is the world we want to live in, how can we grow? How can we be inspired? How can we behave ourselves? So that's why I want to talk about this today, because again, right, I don't feel right to be here sharing about the idea of personal awakening, of growth, without talking about the recent incidents. It is so relevant to us. And I'm so grateful that it ends within 6 hours peacefully. There's no one need to be injured or anything. It just ends peacefully. So that's such a remarkable thing for us to all ponder on. So when we continue on our personal journeys of growth and transformation, we should really stay connected to the world around us. Let's be informed, engaged, and compassionate, and be this compassionate global citizen. Let us use our voices and actions to create the ripple effect of positive change in the world. I believe Grow Positive, you also have your own channel. Sherry is also the light worker, and every one of you who are listening to us. So we can come together. And we don't really need to go out there and to say, listen to me, we don't need to do that. We start that by, loving ourselves first. One people at a time. One people at a time. and then we can reach, and then we are able to reach, we are able to have our effect, our impact to those people who are in charge, to those people who have the power. I think I didn't think about that before today. Actually, before the last 10 minutes. I think that's why we are here. To change the world. And that's when I really realized how we can change the world. I'm very grateful for having you with me today. I'm very grateful that South Korea, everything is sorted before the dawn. I'm very grateful that the 60 days life challenge has come to such a wonderful conclusions. Not ended yet. Still have a few days. Thank you so much. I wish you all have a very good day, good night, and good afternoon. I will see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock UK time. Bye bye.